prosecution basically of 3 separate felonies that Clinton had committed, and I believe they proved it beyond a reasonable doubt to a moral certainty. And I just can't imagine what would happen when you end up with one of these vague charges like abuse of power or obstruction of justice. This all could even be laughable. If they were going to back off, it would have been so much better for America had they done it before they voted this impeachment. That does damage to our country to weaken the moral authority and the constitutional requirements of impeachment.
Well, and it's also confusing as heck, if I can say, and bizarre. So they spend 3 years shouting about this. We go through the whole rigmarole of passing these charges, in effect, and now they're telling us that they don't want to press them. So why did they do that? Wouldn't it have just been easier just to keep screeching and not go through the process of impeachment?
Absolutely. I thought they might even do that. It came clear to me, and the articles of impeachment themselves prove there's not a basis for an impeachment here. It's just an absolute abuse. And why they didn't stop before they voted this way, I cannot imagine. Now they made it even worse by voting impeachment and now losing their nerve when they have to present the weak case.
So you are running for Senate in Alabama, but as noted, you spent literally decades in the Senate. You know virtually everyone in it. So with the deep knowledge you have of the body, tell us how likely you think it is that if these charges make it to the Senate, the president will be convicted and removed.
I think it's zero chance. It's so easy for Republicans to prove and establish, and they will in their speeches and in the record they produce, that this is not a justifiable impeachment. The American people need to fully understand this is not a justifiable impeachment. Yeah. Abuse of power because the president made me angry is not a basis for impeachment.
No, it's not. Being angry is not a high crime or misdemeanor. So I have to ask you, since you were one of the early and persistent voices on trade in the Republican Party, a lone voice a lot of the time. The USMCA passes the House, the trade deal with Canada and Mexico. Is it a good deal for the United States?
It's so much better than NAFTA. And I traveled with President Trump all over this country, and I saw him hammer NAFTA. You remember he said it was the worst trade deal in history. He can't believe that they negotiated such an abomination. And now he alone had the courage to take it on. Nobody else was saying that. And he's pushed it through Congress. It's a great victory for him. He did the right thing for America. It wouldn't have happened had he not led. And the Democrats trying to claim some credit, okay. But he got it done, and it's clearly better for America than the old NAFTA agreement.
Well, that assessment carries some weight coming from you. Senator Sessions, thanks so much for coming on site. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.